All of your dreams may come true if you follow the advice in this video. Let us review the teachings of Louise Hay, the founder of Hay House and an American motivational speaker. She authored several New Thought self-help books, including You Can Heal Your Life in 1984. I appreciate developing my newly acquired mental ability. If you gave up after your first fall, you would never learn how to walk. Like any other new skill, it requires practice to become a permanent part of your life. First, there is a great deal of focus, and some of us choose to make this endeavor challenging. I prefer to view it as an opportunity to learn something new rather than an arduous labor. The process of learning is the same regardless of the subject matter, whether you are learning to drive, type, play tennis, or think positively. As our subconscious mind learns through trial and error, we initially bumble and fumble. Nevertheless, each time we return to our practice, it becomes simpler and we improve. Obviously, you will not be great on the first day, but you will do your best. That is sufficient for the moment. Say to yourself frequently, I'm doing everything I can to support myself. I vividly recall my first talk. As soon as I stepped down from the podium, I remarked to myself, Louise, you were magnificent. You were phenomenal the first time. And after 5 or 6 attempts, you will be an expert. Several hours later, I thought to myself, I believe we can make a few adjustments. Let's make adjustments to this and that. In addition, I will not criticize myself in any way. If I had stepped down from the stage and began berating myself with, oh, you were so terrible, you made this mistake and that mistake, I would have dreaded my second lesson. As it was, the second one was better than the first, and by the 6th one, I was feeling like a pro. Before I began writing, I was able to heal my life. I purchased a word processor machine and dubbed it the Magic Woman. I voluntarily decided to learn something new. I found that studying the computer was similar to mastering spiritual laws. When I mastered computer law, she did actually perform a miracle for me. When I did not follow her laws to the letter, then either nothing would happen or it would not operate the way I intended it to work. She refused to yield an inch. I could get as angry as I want, while she waited patiently for me to master her laws. Then, she granted me magic, which required practice. The same applies to the work you are currently learning to perform. You must learn and strictly adhere to the spiritual laws. You cannot force them to conform to your previous way of thinking. You must learn and adopt the new language, and when you do, you will experience magic in your life. The more you can practice your newly acquired skills, the better. I suggest allowing singing affirmations or expressing appreciation, writing affirmations, sitting in meditation, engaging in physical activity, and practicing excellent nutrition. Taking time for relaxation techniques, employing mental images through visualization, and reading and studying my everyday work. My daily work resembles the following. Before opening my eyes, my first thought upon awakening is to be grateful for all I can think of. After taking a shower, I devote approximately half an hour to meditation, affirmations, and prayers. then approximately 15 minutes of trampoline workout. I occasionally participated in the 6 a.m. fitness program show on television. I am now prepared for a breakfast of fruit juices, and herbal tea. I am grateful to the Mother Earth for supplying me with nourishment, and I am grateful for the food for giving its life to sustain me. Before lunch, I like to do some affirmations in front of a mirror. I may even sing something similar to them. You are wonderful, and I adore you, Louise. This is one of your greatest days ever. Everything is unfolding for your greatest good. Everything you ought to know is presented. Whatever you acquire comes to you successfully. Lunch is typically a large salad, and the meal is both fortunate and painful. I spend a few minutes on my slant board in the late afternoon, enabling my body to experience profound relaxation. Currently, I may listen to a cassette tape. Frequently, dinner consists of steamed veggies and a grain. Occasionally, I consume fish, short chicken. My body functions best with simple foods. I enjoy sharing dinner with people, during which we also exchange blessings. There is always more to learn. Therefore, I occasionally spend time in the evening reading and studying. I may also write out my current affirmation 10 or 20 times at this time. As I prepare for bed, I gather my thoughts. I reflect on the day and bless every activity. I affirm that I will sleep well and soundly, awakening in the morning feeling revitalized and eager for the day ahead. It seems daunting, doesn't it? Initially, it looks like a lot to handle. However, after a brief period of time, your new style of thinking will be as natural to you as taking a shower or brushing your teeth. You will accomplish it effortlessly and naturally. It would be fantastic for a family to participate in some of these activities in the morning. Together, meditating in the morning to start the day or shortly before dinner provides everyone calm and harmony. If you feel pressed for time, you could wake up half an hour sooner. The benefits would make the effort worthwhile. How do you begin your day? What is the first thing you say when you wake up in the morning? We all have a phrase we use practically daily. Is it optimistic or pessimistic? I recall when I would wake up in the morning and groan, "Oh God, another day." And that is just the type of day on which I would have a series of misfortunes. Before even opening my eyes, I now bless the bed upon awakening for a restful night's sleep. Ultimately, we spend the entirety of the night together in luxury. Then, with my eyes still closed, I spend approximately 10 minutes expressing gratitude for my life's blessings. I plan my day with some assurance that everything will go smoothly and that I will enjoy it all. This occurs before to my morning meditation or prayer practice. Meditation. Give yourself a few minutes per day to meditate in silence. Beginners to meditation should begin with 5 minutes. Observe your breathing while sitting quietly and allow your thoughts to travel through your head smoothly. They will cease to exist if you disregard them. Thinking is in the essence of the mind. Don't attempt to eliminate your ideas. You can explore a variety of classes and books to discover different techniques to meditate. Regardless of how or where you begin, you will eventually develop the optimal strategy for you. Typically, I simply sit quietly and ask myself what I need to know, allowing the answer to arrive if it so chooses. If not, I am aware that it will come later. There is no correct or improper method of meditation. Sitting quietly and observing your breath as it enters and exits the body is another form of meditation. While inhaling, count 1. Continue counting as you exhale until you reach 10, and then start over at 1. If you find your thoughts making a laundry list, start over at number 1. Observe that your counting leads you to approximately 25. Simply return to 1. One client struck me as exceptionally bright and intelligent. Her intelligence and mental agility were exceptional, and she had a terrific sense of humor. However, she could not pull herself together. She was overweight, broke, dissatisfied with her profession, and years without a relationship. She readily accepted all metaphysical conceptions. She found them to make a lot of sense. Yet, she was too intelligent and swift. She had difficulty slowing down sufficiently to practice for an extended amount of time. The ideas she was able to acquire so swiftly from moment to moment. She found significant benefit from everyday meditation. We begin with merely 5 minutes per day and progressively increase to 15 or 20. Use daily affirmation. Take 1 or 2 positive statements and write them 10 to 20 times every day. Read them out loud with vigor. Make your affirmations into a song and sing them with excitement. Let your mind dwell on these affirmations throughout the day. Consistently reciting affirmations transforms belief into action that always produces outcomes, occasionally in ways we cannot conceive. A core belief of mine is that I always maintain positive ties with my landlord. My previous landlord in New York City was a notoriously unpleasant man about whom all tenants grumble. I barely saw him 3 times during my 5 years living there. When I chose to go to California, I wished to sell all of my belongings and begin anew, free of my past. And as I began to practice affirmations using beads, all of my stuff were swiftly and simply sold. The maneuver is relatively easy to execute. Everything is working in divine order, and everything is good. I did not consider how challenging it would be to sell my possessions, since my clients and pupils rapidly purchased the remaining merchandise and books. I notified my landlord in writing that I would not be renewing my lease. And much to my surprise, he called me to express his displeasure with my levy. He offered to write a recommendation letter to my new landlord in California and asked if he might purchase my furnishings, as he had opted to rent the place fully furnished. My higher consciousness combined the two concepts in a way that I could not have imagined. I have consistently positive interactions with my landlord, and everything I own sells quickly and readily. To the amazement of the other residents, I was paid to sleep in my own bed in a comfortably equipped flat to the very end. I walked out with a few articles of clothing, my juicer, my blender, my hairdryer, and my typewriter, as well as a sizable check, and rode the train to Los Angeles at my own time. It's all about practice. Everything you learn and every skill you wish to acquire. It takes daily focused practice. But many people find the work to be extremely tedious, even when it comes to positive change. Individuals find it tedious. Consequently, they do not attempt it at all. People must realize that in order to gain anything and to learn something, everyday effort is required, because that will always be an essential step on the route to transformation, regardless of the circumstances. I hope you enjoyed the film, and please feel free to express your comments in the comment section.